All right. So we're going to have a little fun time here. This is going to be a short video, but we got to get to this conversation because, here we are at another one of these areas where, you know, uh, the world thinks that it's catching up to me or that it's watching me. And I want to show you guys this tweet that Elon Musk shared yesterday from Alex Stapp. Uh, Alex says only 14% of U.S. residents are immigrants, but immigrants are responsible for 36% of aggregate innovation. Two-thirds of this contribution is due to making their native-born collaborators better, right? And he also posts this here uh, essay, I guess, talking about the contribution of high-skilled immigrants to innovation in the United States, which was posted in 2022. Okay, so this was during Joe Biden's administration that this was posted first and foremost, who posted about the influx of immigrants and stuff like this that we have, meaning who's responsible for the overwhelming influx of illegal immigrants that we've been having, these record-breaking numbers and things of this sort. But that's not even really the point. Anyway, I'm going to read this abstract for you. We characterize the contribution of immigrants to U.S. innovation, both through their direct productivity as well as through their indirect spillover effects on their native collaborators. To do so, we link patent records to a database containing the first 5 digits of more than 230 million of Social Security numbers. By combining this part of the Social Security number together with year of birth, we identify whether individuals are immigrants based on the age at which their Social Security number is assigned. We find immigrants represent 16% of all U.S. inventors, but produce 23% of total innovation output as measured by number of patents, patent citations, and the economic value of these patents. Immigrant inventors are more likely to rely on foreign technologies, to collaborate with foreign inventors, and to be cited in foreign markets, thus contributing to the importation and diffusion of ideas across borders. Using an identification strategy that exploits premature inventor deaths, we find that immigrant inventors create especially strong positive externalities on the innovation production of their collaborators, while natives have a much weaker impact. A simple decomposition illustrates that immigrants are responsible for 36% of aggregate innovation, two-thirds of which is due to their innovation externalities on their native-born collaborators. So basically, the point that's being made here by these Shea Bernstein, Rebecca Diamond, Abhisit Jirana Timothy McQuaid, and Beatrice Posada, and Elon Musk, and Alex Stapp, and all these weirdos is that immigrants are important or needed in the United States because that they work harder than native-born Americans. But I'm going to show you guys this little clip here from Patrick Bet-David from the Modern Wisdom podcast with Chris Williamson.
Great question, but I want to finalize by making a point. When you ask the question about why is it that so many people come to America within 10 years, they have more money than the people that were born in America? Because unfortunately, the way we've ran America, if the American-born kids are kids of these families, they're the kids of the families that spoiled them in America. There's no more earning things in America. It's just handed out to them. We're printing money left and right. We're giving away income to people left and right. We're making life easier. We're incentivizing the wrong things. Do you know in 1940 in America, what percentage of kids were born to single mothers? In 1940, in America, what percentage of kids were born to a single mother who's not married with no father in the household? 4% is the number. Did you know the number or no?
Mhm.
It's 4%. You know what that number is today?
Over 50.
It's over 40%,
Over
shy of
40.
50%. You're
Yeah.
right there at the number. You mean to tell me we went from 1944% to today? So what happened there? First of all, policies by FDR, Social Security and the incentives of taking care of single mothers. Then Lyndon Johnson in 1965 took it to a whole different level. Mothers are sitting there saying, the more kids I have, the more entitled programs I get. Great. Why would I get married? If I get married, I lose those benefits. The incentive programs America set up totally screwed everything up. It incentivized the bad behavior. It's like telling a kid, can you imagine if you're in estate planning, you say, for every kid you have not married, I'll pay you $700. Whose fault is that? Parents' fault. Bad policies have consequences. Yeah, you create bad policies. What person in the right state of mind, when they have their wealth, America's a family, it's a corporation, what person in the right mind would incentivize, what parents would incentivize kids to say, I'm going to have more kids and I'm going to give you money out of the living trust? Nobody in the right mind would do that, but America did. So what happened to us? Now we got all this crime. Now we're paying the price for it because all these years there's no father in there to put them in their place, to challenge them, to straighten them up. That's not in place. So that is a missing piece that these kids don't have in America. So to me, if we looked at America as a family, as a corporation, estate planning matters, living trust matters, the right policies matters.
See, because the thing is that you should be aware of the fact that I don't really have that many opinions, right? I don't have to have opinions on the things that are going on, right? Like, all I really have to do is make observations and see what's going on, right? And it's very clear what has been going on, right? Like, I'm somebody who has been, I'm native born American, born in Philadelphia of all places, you know what I'm saying? One of the original 13 colonies, a battleground state, a state that also is what helped Donald Trump, a swing state that helped Donald Trump to win, very reasonable, thoughtful, sort of people. And honestly, the art capital of the world, even gangster rap started out there. Generally, some of the best rappers of all time, are from there, and things of that nature, people who you haven't even heard of. And just, art, just great thing. Benjamin Franklin. I mean, there's so many amazing things that have come out of Pennsylvania, and Philadelphia. And, you know, at the end of the day, right? Like, I've already went ahead and I dropped the bomb in the last video about the 1960s, right? Which have uh, served such a significant contribution to uh, why things are as messed up as they are today. Here in America, we already have had to deal with a tremendous amount of, um, you know, divide, which mostly stems from a system of white supremacy, and that has sought to keep the black race subdued, that has sought to keep the black race suppressed, all of our contributions. You know, I was looking at how, you know, people all the time were like posting about inventions that black people have made that they don't get credit for, that other people have gotten credit for. Or even if you look at the history of the music industry and stuff like this, where, for years upon years, white record executives or white bands would go and listen to music of black musicians and then remake those same songs, and they would blow those songs up, and we wouldn't get credit for it. But now in this day and time, they attack us with sampling, you know what I mean? And say we can't sample, even though they would rip our songs completely. And so many other guys haven't been, even the fight between ASCAP and BMI, you know what I mean? Where ASCAP was racist, you know what I mean? And would refuse to put black musicians or represent black musicians and things of this nature, you know what I mean? And we talk about, again, right, the Social Security Act and child support and things of this nature, the family divide, so many people whom have been, short circuited, shortchanged because of the way that this country has operated for extremely long times. You know what it's like? I wonder if you guys know what it's like to be homeless or to be in need and to go ahead and try to get those benefits, right? And they're not quick to help you if, you're not a woman, you know what I mean? Let alone, or a woman with a child, or even illegal immigrants. I'm sure you guys have seen the thousands of dollars that have been on the, and not even just in food stamps, but also in cash. You know what I mean? Like the EBT program and stuff like that here. As a single person, the max amount you can get is like 221 or something like this. In cash, right? If you get the general relief function, right? If you can even manage to get these people on the phone, mind you, right? If you can even manage to get these people on the phone, especially post COVID and stuff like this, or even with, like I said, the food stamps, there's only so much you can get, like 300 or something like this, maybe 4, maybe, but really like 2. You know what I mean? It's really not a lot. But illegal immigrants, you know what I mean? It's been shown and verified that illegal immigrants have been receiving way more help. They come here, they get housed, they get put in hotels. You know what I mean? Even when I was a kid, we talk about how they would come here, they would get incentives to build shops. They'd get like a starter kit, you know what I'm saying? Starting out in this country to build businesses and to come into black neighborhoods and things of this nature. You know what I mean? Run it up, all types of plans, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, immigrants don't really know who they are dealing with. They don't even really know who they're talking to. You know what I'm saying? There is so much innovation and stifling that has gone on just for the simple fact that the United States does not appreciate its own people, okay? On a governmental level or on a people level, right? And really, it being messed up on a people level is why it's also messed up on a governmental level. This is why I'm not really with the whole, oh, well, the government needs to take care. No, the people need to take care of their own people. You know what I mean? And, as long as this persists, right, we can go ahead and continue to deal with stuff like this, which blatantly disrespects the American people. And the American people do absolutely include Black Americans. The American people include Black Americans time and time and time and time again. We have gone through, and for the Black citizens, our mothers have fucked us. You know what I'm saying? The government, okay, yeah, the government, they set things up, they did their policies and stuff like this, but our mothers have fucked us royally. The women, Black women in this country have fucked us. They have gone ahead and they have switched. This book, Shahrazad Ali, Understanding the Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman, is another piece. It's these different areas where that show improve just how long progress in this country has been held back because they do not include Black Americans in the progress of this country and what it means to be part of this country. You know what I'm saying? Like, things have gotten better or whatever over time or whatever, we see, but look at the strides that have had to go down. Even having Martin Luther King Jr. What did they do to Martin Luther King Jr.? They assassinated him. He would still be alive to this day. I would not doubt that. You know what I mean? Same thing with Malcolm X and, other great leaders, Biggie Smalls even, you know what I mean? But even all of these different things, you know what I'm saying? Like, immigrants really need to chill, right? We aren't saying, nobody disagrees with the fact that, people should be able to, enter countries, legally or whatever, and contribute to the GDP of the countries and stuff like this. But immigrants and nobody who comes into this country, right, is better than anybody who is in this country. I'm guaranteeing you that, okay? In every single aspect, America, there's a reason why the United States of America is considered like the number one country. There is a reason why we are the country. Like, you forget that you came here from where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a reason. The United States, okay? It's not just the white people. You know what I'm saying? It's not just whatever. Like, this is a machine here. This is one large entity. You know what I mean? And there's so much that has been slept on. There is so much that isn't awakened because of how much Black progress has been stifled, both from the larger system of white supremacy and also those who are within the race who have been trying to gain advancement for themselves, you know what I'm saying, by operating within that same system of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? And people who have lost sight of what the actual mission is or what the goal is and what it means to be unified and stuff. I mean, come on, man. Like, people who have no sense of community and things of this nature. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that the record is straight. Okay, for any immigrants, you know what I mean, who want to come in here, and make it seem like, oh, they're better than Americans, they're better than native born Americans. Like, no, take a look at our history, okay, and the fact that we're still around. You know what I'm saying? How much we have held up, and the things that we are working on and stuff like that before you really think that you are better than anybody. Because the reality is there is so much that this country has not been able to have or appreciate because of holding back the black American. You know what I mean? And that's specifically. I don't even mean just in general. You know what I'm saying? Because in general, right? The fact that we have held up specific people, the fact that we have disenfranchised specific people and stuff like this, swaths of people, it has held back everybody. You know what I mean? And still to this day, I can pretty much guarantee your country begs or has been begging the United States for military protection and stuff like this, because we are the ones who will kill. We are the ones who have the carnal, bestial, instincts, you know what I'm saying? And everything that is necessary, the full package, you know what I'm saying? To really be the ones to deal with all aspects of life, whether it's the intellectual side or if it's on the carnal side. So do not get it twisted. Do not take what you have for granted. You are lucky right now or you've been lucky all this time while we're trying to get America to grow up. Okay. So let's just be clear about that. Okay. All right. I hope you hear me. I hope you understand what is going on. Okay. I hope you understand what I'm telling you, because if you don't, right, and you see what's going, if you don't see what I'm telling you, it's going to be such a shock. It's going to be such a surprise to you to see, really, truly. I mean, if these fucking progressive, liberal, Democrat, left-wing retards don't fucking sabotage this whole country and destroy this country and get us all eradicated before we can really, reach our greatness. And if the black race stops fucking praising these fucking weirdos, you know what I'm saying, then we would actually be able to get. But I'm just saying, in the meantime, though, if we really get to the point where we get this country to grow up, you will see what the native-born American is truly capable of. You know what I mean? Where we are now, where we have been, the example that we have set all this time, okay, is nothing compared to what we could really do if we were really unified, And I call on all Americans to really, truly see this, to understand what I am saying, and to get your shit together. You know what I mean?
Give me face, no, I don't do that talking. And my bro out with that Drake, but he ain't never joshing. How you